Alright, so you know you want to improve your face, but how do you know where you're at right now to determine where you actually want to go to make improvement? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to measure the actual length and ratio of your lower jaw to determine how much your face has changed or grown improperly due to poor tongue posture. By measuring the ratio of your upper lip to the base of your nose and comparing it to your lower facial third, that is the underside of your lower lip to the underside of your chin, you can determine how your face has grown by taking that ratio and comparing it to the ideal ratio. This measurement will give you a good indication of really how good or how bad your tongue posture is. From there, once you've determined how your face has grown, you can decide the best course of action to take to get improvements. According to John Mew, the perfect ratio of upper facial third length to lower facial third length should be 2/5 to 3/5. Most people have facial heights that are much greater than this. Actually, it's extremely rare to find someone who has this almost perfect facial growth. Take a measuring tape and measure from the tip of your nose to the tip of your upper lip and record that value. Then take the lower lip to the underside of the chin and measure that length and record that value. Now take each of those values and add them together. Then take the upper and divide by the total, and take the lower and divide by the total. Like I said before, the perfect facial length is around 2/5 to 3/5, which would be 0.4 to 0.6. Now, there is a very good likelihood that your face will be shorter than 0.4 on your upper lip and lower or longer than 0.6 on your lower facial height, and that ratio is going to be larger, and that's actually normal. So don't be discouraged by that, but just use it as, like I said, a benchmark. Now, while this ratio is not obviously an exact science, but rather an estimation and a benchmark, it can give you a good idea about where you're at. I'm going to explain why your face may have grown longer than it should have, and also why mine did. You're not alone here. My face has grown improperly too. That's why I'm on a mission to figure out how to fix it. If you guys stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to show you what I think the 5 or 6 different classifications of the ratios are and what they mean. There are two main things that will have contributed to the distortion of this ratio and the overall length of your face. The first one is going to be your general tongue posture. How much of your tongue is on the roof of your mouth, and are you properly mewing or using your tongue correctly? The second thing is going to be your lips and the function of the muscles of your lips and the muscles of facial expression that cause you to have a lip seal. Many people don't close their lips properly, including me, and I'm going to explain to you how the two of those things are related. Remember that there are various levels to proper tongue posture. The less of your tongue that is on the roof of your mouth, the more your mandible will swing downwards and back and create that elongation of your jaw and lower face. Obviously, this is going to mean that the overall length of your face will be longer. Now, the second main reason why your facial height may be off is because of the lips, more specifically because of the lip seal. Most people do not use the forces of their tongue, cheeks, and lips to close their mouths the way that they should. Perfect lip seal should be naturally created by 3 things. First is the perfect posture of the tongue and the upward force on your jaw that keeps your mouth shut. The second thing is going to be the suction force created by your tongue and cheeks when you swallow and draw saliva into your throat. The third thing is going to be the function of the orbicularis oris muscles, or the muscles of your lips. The problem is that most people do not have a proper lip seal. Most people have some degree of poor tongue posture. So what happens is their tongues are not working properly to keep their mouths closed. Then this prevents the suction of their tongue. So there's even more space in the mouth, which makes the facial height longer. So now, instead of using only the orbicularis muscles of the lips to close the lips, they have to use another muscle called their mentallis muscle to close their mouth. Most people use this mentallis muscle to some degree to lift their lips closed. So when you use this mentallis muscle to close your lips, it causes your lower lip to be pushed up and outwards, which makes it look bigger than your upper lip. This overuse of the mentallis muscle is also the reason why your facial height is distorted, because instead of your upper and lower lips both working to meet each other in the middle, mentallis muscle is working harder to stretch up to meet your upper lip. Quickly look at your own lip seal and notice if you can see your mentallis muscle working when you close your mouth. You'll be able to see a muscle working in your chin, like little bumps being activated underneath your lip. And if you put a finger on your chin and close your mouth, you might be able to feel that muscle working. Now, this is one of the most common things I see in people, is that they're using this muscle to close their mouth because that's the habit they've developed over time. Now, this creates a vicious cycle because your poor tongue posture means that your mentallis muscle has to work harder to close your lips. Now, the more you use this mentallis muscle instead of your lips, the less they function properly and the worse your tongue posture becomes. So what do? You need to practice good tongue posture, good swallowing, proper mewing, and you need to do exercises to strengthen your lip muscles so you can learn how to properly close your mouth. Also guys, I will be uploading more videos related to mewing exercises and stretches to improve your tongue posture in your face, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so after doing that measurement, you're going to fall into one of these 6 categories here. Now obviously you have the first one, which is what I said was perfect, which is probably pretty hard to attain and something that not a lot of people have these days. If you're between 0.35 and 0.4 upper, 0.65 and 0.6 lower, that is very good, meaning almost perfect, and you will have like essentially a model looking face with a very square jaw and good development. Now, as you can see, as it goes down, the upper ratio is going to be lower, meaning that from your lip to your nose is shorter, and from your lower lip to the underside of your chin is getting longer and longer and longer. I actually fall right here in the decent category. Now, mind you, these are just my judgments. This is just my scale. I completely made this up. And I just think that these are generally where people are going to fall and what I think their faces would resemble, given that tongue posture dictates the shape of your face. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now, please subscribe if you've been liking this content, and I hope that I can continue to provide you guys value.